Let me get rid of this. Let's take a look at your build. Build viewer. Alright, so... the Fabletics song. Thanks, Duckman. Interesting steering gears on a battleship. I'd probably go for damage control. I'd go for aiming system instead of turret traverse as well. Although it's Issei, so yeah. 10-point captain. Only thing I disagree with is point 4. I think you'd be better off going concealment first, and then you can do fire prevention later. No signals being used at all. Yes, you can view player builds when you do the rendering on the channel. There's a little button that pops up with that. So this is going to give us a little bit more insights into things. Flag-wise, obviously, Juliet Charlie would be good to use. I don't know, whatever. It's an Issei, you're probably going to be in the backfield a lot, so let's see what happens. Alright, so here's our screenshot to start us off. 2 carriers. This is... Oh, you're divisioned. Oh, that's disgusting. It's Rob. It's Rob. Alright, I gotta ping Rob and let him know we got his game up. SAT, anything I missed about the build at all, or did you agree with what I said?
Nope. No problems there.
Okay. Let's get the render ready to go. And counter gambit, by the way, as you keep putting units down, you'll keep leveling them up and stuff. It takes a little bit to get them to the point where they do a lot, but, you know, it comes in handy. Thanks for taking the time to join us for Stream Raiders, though. Now, for those of you guys who don't know the Issei that well, it's a hybrid battleship, which means it is a battleship, but it's also an aircraft carrier. It's got, instead of the usual 6 guns that the Issei originally had, she only has 4 turrets instead of 6, for a total of 8 barrels. These are 16-inch, I think they're 410s. The Japanese like to do a little bit larger than normal for diameter.
I think these are the same guns as Congo, 14-inch guns.
Are they 14s? Oh, you're right, you're right. I'm thinking of the Nagato at tier 7. I'm thinking Nagato at tier 7. Jastrian, thanks for the follow. But in any case, if you suck at hitting things in the Congo, you're going to suck at hitting things in the Issei. And I always sucked at hitting things in the Congo, so I don't trust the guns at all in this ship.
It also has a non-existent firing arc to the rear, so you have to be careful.
That's right. She's a very difficult ship to kite away in. You're pretty much forced to kind of bow in and reverse more so than kiting away. Also, with the Perth detected here, you might have been better off to recall right away and go for a gunshot on the Perth. I don't find these torpedo bombers to be that effective. They die quite easily, and it takes you, as you can see, they're pretty slow. It takes a while to get into position to drop. Now, you're trying to drop the Perth. Interestingly enough, all he had to do was hit W and turn, and he chose not to. Instead, he chose to just sit there, so you're going to torp him and kill him. Neat. Now, had you effed off back to the ship originally, recalled your planes, and used your guns, you actually might have killed them 30 seconds ago. Pensacola is turning back in, so these shells are not going to hit at all. I like the sector reinforcement. The Ise actually has very strong anti-air for her tier. So that's useful. Look at all those anti-air guns going off. After IFHE rework, Pensacola is a tough cookie at tier 6. I've always liked the Pensacola. Even when she was tier 7, even when she had absolutely no concealment whatsoever, I always felt that she was a very strong cruiser. You just have to know how to play her. She's pencil thin, so it's very easy to dodge torpedoes and incoming AP shells. Her AP itself absolutely slaps with 10 barrels. A lot of players, especially at tier 6 now, don't understand how to angle their armor in cruisers. Oh, the new plates. Yeah, that's true. But she still does pop pretty easily. Nice torpedo drop on the Farragut. Oh my god, he's just doing everything to get you to die to you, huh? I might have waited on that shot and seen how he chose to move. I think you rushed that a bit there. Fun story about the Pensacola in real life. I don't know if anybody knows this, but the Pensacola has a bit of an abnormality in that she's got a 2-gun turret on the bottom, and then super firing over that is a 3-gun turret. And what that actually did was that made Pensacola extremely unstable because the weight was higher up, so much more top heavy. And if you look at later, ooh, nice hit on the Fuso there. If you look at later iterations of American heavy cruisers, they all switched to 9 guns, 2 triple in the front and 1 triple in the rear. And that was to account for the fact that that original Pensacola design was just too damn top heavy. Oof, that Trento just got smacked. Now this is a queue dump, so fewer players in this battle, which means you can really afford to be aggressive here, I'd say. Planes are available. Now's when you launch the planes while your guns are reloading. There you go. You could choose to autopilot as well, just to tell your ship to go right into the it was a, I think, Pujam, if I remember right, it was a issue with the hull, because the hull tapered. It's such a narrow hull. It wasn't wide enough to support the turret barbette. I think that turret barbette's a little bit narrower because it's got the 2 guns instead of the 3. And so there just wasn't enough ship hull to allow for it. I think that's the reason why, but if anybody knows the definitive answer, please feel free to chime in with chat. Using your boost there, not a good idea. You can see now you're coming into the Fuso without your full boost available. Good drop, though. And the Fuso is broadside, so now you can go back to your main guns and smack. Hurry up and shoot. There you go. And rip the Trento. If any of you guys have ever been on a museum ship, a cruiser or a battleship or even a destroyer, one of the things you might notice is just how close those turret barbettes can be to the hull itself. Like, they really crammed them in. Decent use of heal there. You're angling, he's not. That's unfortunate. Using islands to block anti-air was nice, yes. The enemy team has an AFK Iron Duke. So what you can do is, assuming this guy dies, you can go drop the Iron Duke and get a full farm on him. Exactly. I wouldn't... I might not even drop the Fuso here. I mean... You're doing quite well score-wise, right? So... You could take the time to go around his AFK, or his anti-air and stuff, but... Normally, getting the active player out is the more valuable decision. Take a torp up the butt. He does. A little late on your gun there. I would have fired right away. Alright, shoot the Iron Duke. He's broadside-ish and not moving. What are you waiting for? Shoot her! There you go. At this point, you might also choose to flip your guns left and work your way back towards the A cap. I'm surprised you didn't choose to aim there.
You could also let your div mate deal with the Furitaka.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's true. That's true. He does have a Furitaka on him, doesn't he?
Yeah. But it's a Furitaka.
Mm-hmm.
Very good surface ships against other surface ships. Not so much against CVs.
Oh my god, he just got detonated. Wow.
Always wear protection, folks.
That's right. And see, now here's the reason why turning and flipping your guns is the better choice. What are you going to do now? It's 9 minutes and 40 seconds. Fortunately, you've got planes you can at least do, and that's probably you setting a waypoint for your autopilot. The only question is, did you turn your stuff beforehand? Hey, what was that? Hey, somebody just finished up level 9. Was that you, SAT?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, see, so now we know for sure. You have to get to Division 9. Well, thank you, man.
No problem.
How long did it take you?
Let's see. So the tutorial part took about 10-15 minutes or so.
Okay,
The
that's not
matches
bad.
for another about 10 minutes or so, but that's also because I was tryharding.
Sure. So, okay, so about, 30 minutes worth of effort. Not too bad. Guys, if we get 10 more, we're going to give away a Tier 5 Texas today. So, Duckman, if you haven't finished yet, feel free to get yourself to 10. Or, sorry, to Division Level 9. And, yeah, like, that means there's only really 9 more we need to do. And we're going to give away a Tier 5 ship.
Yeah.
I'll put that link in.
Basically, it is the tutorial plus about 3 random games. That's it.
Uh-huh. Not bad at all. Stevie's back. He was sitting outside the room for a minute there. I wasn't sure if he needed water. I was gonna go check on him, but we're in a battle right now. B is being capped. So the sub is in the B cap. Gokazi's chasing him down. Nice torpedoes on the new mechs. And the nice thing is it took you so long to get there that by the time you were done, your planes were up again. That's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious.
What you could also do is coordinate your torpedo bombers with Ryujo. You strike the enemy Ryujo, bait his fighters, so your own Ryujo can strike him twice without any issues.
Yeah, he did that early on with the Perth, right? And it got him the kill on the Perth, but of course, like we said, he probably could have just used guns and done better anyway. Here's what you were talking about. Also, I think it's hilarious. Bry Guy's Ryujo in the B cap is... Yep, there it is, the auto ASW planes. Literally, the best thing to do against a sub late game is just charge it with your carrier. Is that sad or what?
I mean, we've all been asking for counterplay against subs for carriers, and this is the result. So I guess we got the monkey's paw.
Counter Gambit, thank you so much, dude. You made to Division 10. I think you need to get to 9. I don't know if does it go 10 then 9 or does it go 9 then 10?
10 then 9.
Yeah, so you got to keep going a little bit more, Duckman, if you can. You got to get to Division 9. First of all, thank you for doing it anyway. Like, seriously, I really do appreciate that. And now it's just the carrier left. Yay. Unfortunately, Bry Guy's using AP bombers. I was going to say, if he was using HE rockets... Well, no, that's not going to help anyway. I was thinking about trying to get his DCP on cooldown, but it's like a 1 minute thing, whatever, so... Duckman's like, I'll get there, but first I need to play DJ. Thanks, Duckman. This is another example of you forcing the drop here. I think you would be better off to be more patient and go around the island. You still managed 3 torp hits, though, so... Nice. Guns, too, by the way, quickly. You might be able to clear the island. Quickly, quickly, quickly. Probably too late now. Yep. You waited too long. Eight months what, Big O? Oh! Matt! Thanks for the resub, dude. Look at this DV head, Pat.
Yay, 8 months.
You... Oh my god, you dirty! You actually... That was a trick shot. What the hell was that?
Oh, a trick shot.
Nicely done. Big O, do you have a replay you want me to do? Is that why you did that? Or...
Yes, let me see what I got.
Okay. I got time for one, and then I gotta go to Mech Arena, so... Alright, so here's your render. Let's take a look. Like I said, I think if you would have gone guns as soon as that Perth was detected, I think you'd be better off. Plus, that Perth... So, most Perth players... I would expect to see him slow down and smoke himself up. He didn't do that. Had he done that, you wouldn't have been able to get that kill on him anyways.
I think that's the right one. I just put in the Discord.
Cool. Here's that broadside in Fuso. I mean, you slapped him hard right there. Boom. Nice. Oh, a Conqueror game. Okay. All right. Anyway, so here's the part where you hoped you could get the Fuso. Oh my god, it almost looked like the shots bounced off of him and hit near New York. That was kind of funny. Now here, okay, New York is dead. This is the part, Rob, where I would send your ship immediately due west instead of continuing south and trying for that shot on the AFK. If you had done that early, you'd be a full grid square farther forward. I don't know that it would have mattered that much in this particular match, but in general, that would have saved you some time. There goes the planes. Put the 0 out there in front. All right. And there's the sub going down. Shot from the Issei, boom. That's crazy, dude. Absolutely crazy. All right. Well, thanks for sending that one in, Rob. That was nuts. Hopefully, some good feedback for you.